Our topic for today will be addition and subtraction of decimals. So first, let us have a brief overview of the history of the decimal numerals. Okay. In India, during the 3rd century BC, the Brahmi numerals was invented. So Indians were the first one who invented the numerals, and it was later on translated into the Arabic system. Okay, the place value system without zero, instead ang ginagamit ay dot, was introduced in the 1st century BC, again still in India. And the introduction of the concept of zero was because of the Brahma Sputa Siddhanta by Brahmagupta. So an Indian scientist or a person of this knowledge introduced the concept of zero. So sa Western culture, sa Europe, wala pa silang concept ng zero, pero sa India ay meron na sila. So they used the symbol of zero approximately in the 9th century. And then the adoption of the numerals in Syria happened earlier than that, which is 7th century. Okay? In Europe, it first appeared in 976 AD and was Fibonacci who promoted the numerals or the decimal numerals in 1202, and has been widely used in the 15th century and modern form in 16th century. So the word decimal came from the Latin word decimus. Hindi siya galing sa India. So because of the influence of European countries, they adopted the Latin term decimus, which means tenth or ikasampo sa Tagalog. If you would recall our previous lessons on fractions, so matatandaan natin how we represent fractions using shapes. So for example, we have a fraction and we want to represent it into shapes. Okay, so representation. So we have 4 over 10. We usually use blocks or rectangles and divide the shape into 10 parts kasi yun yung ating numerator. So to be able to represent 4 over 10, we're going to shade 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the representation of our fraction 4 over 10. If we want to express 8 over 10, then we'll do the same. We only divide it by 10 parts and we shade 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? So meaning 8 parts out of 10 is shaded. We can easily convert any fraction into decimal number by just simply dividing the numerator by its denominator. So for example, we have 8 over 10. If you use your calculator and you divide 8 by 10, you will get 0.8. If for example you have 36 over 100, okay, you want to convert this into decimal numbers, you will divide 36 by 100. That will give you 0.36. So kung manual naman natin, madali rin natin convert ang fraction kung bibilangin natin kung ilan yung zeros sa denominator. For example, we have 36 over 100, rather 36 over 100. So yung 100 sa ilalim, meron siyang dalawang zero. So if you could imagine, you have 36 at meron siyang 100 sa ilalim as denominator. 100 has 2 zeros. So imagine natin yung Ang 36 ay may decimal point, imaginary decimal point sa huli niya because this is a whole number. The number of zeros means the number of times you are going to move this decimal point to the left. So, 1 and 2. Doon na mapapunta yung decimal number. So, we will have 0.36. Okay, so from here, napunta yung decimal point doon ng twice or dalawang beses dahil dalawa yung zero natin. Kung tatlong zero, for example, 36 divided by 1,000, ang gagawin lang natin is 36. Ilan yung 0? 1, 2, 3. So, from here, tatlong beses tayong magmumove. 1, 2, 3. Lalagyan natin ng 0 to para kompleto yung place value niya. So, 36 divided by 1,000 or 36 over 1,000 is equivalent to 0.036. Let's go now to the different parts of the decimal numerals. Decimal numerals have basically three parts. So let's say we have 41.23. Okay. This part, the 41, is what we call the integral part. Integral part. Or the whole number. This one is what we call, of course, the decimal point. And the last part is what we call the decimal part. So let's try an example. For example, we want to add 1.02 plus 5.3. Okay? So what we're going to do first, we have to remember that it will be easier for us if we stack up these digits on top of another. So we will do this one. So 1.02. And how we're going to write 5.3 is that we have to make sure that the decimal points are aligned. Okay? So here we will write 5 and then the decimal point is aligned here and we have 3. Okay? And then we will add the plus sign. Okay? So we can do the straightforward addition. Okay, we could imagine that there is an imaginary 0 here. So there's nothing to add, so we put 0 down here. And then we do 0 plus 3, we have 3. Then we carry down the decimal point. Then we add 1 plus 5, that is equal to 6.32. So let us try another example, example number 2. We have 3.89 plus 0.03. So again, i-align lang natin siya into a vertical position. Rewrite natin siya as 3.89 para ma-align natin na mabuti yung ating. So let us have example number 2. We have 3.89 plus 0.03. So again, i-write natin siya into vertical position. So we have 3.89 plus this number. So ang gagawin lang natin, i-align natin yung decimal point. And then we write the numbers at the left of the decimal point, 0. Ito yun. And then at the right of the decimal point is 0.3. So, naka-align na. So, we can do the addition. So, 9 plus 3, 12. Then, we will have 9, 8 plus 1. Then, the decimal point here. And then, 3 plus 0 is 3. So, the answer is 3.92. Let's try an example for subtraction this time. Example number 3. We have 8.56 minus 0.69. So we will write this down as 3. So we will wait. So we are going to write this down as 8.6, 8.56. So we will write this down as 8.56 minus, so i-align ulit natin yung decimal point, 0.69. So naka-align na siya. So we can now proceed with the subtraction. So 6 minus 9 cannot be, so you have to borrow 10 from 5. So this will be 14, this will be 16. Next, we can do the subtraction. We have 16 minus 9, we have 7. 14 minus 6 equals 8. So, i-align lang natin yung ating decimal point. Ayan, binaba natin. So, this is going to be 7. So, 7 minus 0 is 7. So, the answer is 7.87. So, our last example, we have 0.713 minus 0.0056. So again, i-align ulit natin siya ito vertical position. 0.713 minus this one. 0. We have 20056. Okay. So what we're going to do is, we can put a 0 here sa itaas para we can do the subtraction. We will borrow 10 from 3. So this will be 12. This will be 10. Okay. And this will be 0. So we can do now 10 minus 6 equals 4. 12 minus 5 equals 7. 0 minus 0 is 0. Then 7 minus 0 is 7. Then we bring down the decimal point here and the 0 as well. So the answer will be 0.707 and 4. Okay. Subukan mo yung mga examples nito. 1 to 9. So, write your answers with solution in a sheet of paper. Then we will answer this later. I'll give you 10 minutes to answer this exercise. Okay, time is up. Let us check your answers. So I will show you the answer key. Pakitingnan na lang po kung tama ang inyong naging sagot. For number 1, it's 10.13. For number 2, 15.32. For number 3, 15.521. For number 4, 164.673. For number 5, 8.8. For number 6, 1.8. For number 7, 161.327. For number 8, 1.016. And for number 9, 25.677. So that's it for today. Please prepare for our periodical exam next week. Probably we could be able to review by Tuesday. And our scope of the examination will be from the multiplication, division of fraction, and addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. So that's it for today, class. Have a great day, everyone.